else can people do, Peter, to actually put their health on the foundation?
The next step that I always advise all of my clients to do is to increase their omega-3 intake.
Great.
Whether that's by oily fish, or if you're vegetarian or a vegan, you can do that with flaxseed and linseed. Those, you can get good sources of omega-3s from there. But I can't stress enough the importance of a regular omega-3 intake.
Great.
It's just beyond vital. It really is, and I could talk about it for hours.
Well, you've written a great paper on this, and
yes,
I mean, it'd be nice to make this available to people who want to leave us the name and email address. But I think that absolutely, I totally get the importance of omega-3. Can we just talk about some of the benefits of that for a moment in your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, depression is one.
Yes.
Postnatal depression. It's so tied in to, although it's not as always as, and I need to make this important to stress this, it's not always as simple as an omega-3 deficiency. There are other factors in there.
Hormonal changes are a big factor at that time.
Of course, yes, and also the fear of the unknown can have a huge impact, but a lot of it can be linked back to an omega-3 deficiency when the baby's being developed and drawing on the mother's reserves, and the mother is left with a huge deficiency when the baby's born, and causes massive imbalances in the way that they think and the way that they process their thoughts. And it's been studied and proven quite a few times now that a simple omega-3 supplement during pregnancy can not get rid of it completely in all of the population, but at least improve this, or decrease the symptoms of it, or the longevity of it that the mother would suffer with it. But you can talk about mental health, you can talk about skin health, hyperactivity in children, ADHD in children,
yes.
Even things with, like, I've seen studies with dyslexia.
Yes.
Like I say, it doesn't get rid of it, but it lessens the impact of it.
Yes.
Cancer as well, it's vital.
Yes.
For preventing cancer.
Yes.
In the way that the cells interact with each other and communicate with each other.
Yes.
The analogy that I would say that where the omega-3s are is that if you imagine your house, the omega-3s are the bricks. They're all around the edge. And if you are not, and what these bricks are, they're constantly being taken out of your house and being replaced by something. So if you are not providing the right types of bricks, so if you're taking a normal brick out and it's being replaced by a bigger brick, or a brick that doesn't fit properly, then it will have an impact on your doors. Right. So your doors might not be able to open properly.
Yes.
Your pipes might be bent underneath, so you might not be able to get waste out of the house efficiently. You can't get the shopping in, so you can't get nutrients into the house because the doors are broke.
Yes.
So that's my analogy for what omega-3s. The omega-3s are the bricks, the brickwork of your cell, and they are vital in terms of getting nutrients in, getting toxins out, allowing receptors on the cell that are specific in terms of different hormones. When you talk about insulin sensitivity or insulin resistance, I'm almost certain that there's a chronic omega-3 deficiency there. So I do have to be careful because I could go on and on.
No, I think it's great. It's a very, very powerful analogy that you just painted.
Yeah, it's so important. And we're going back to the water. Omega-3 and water are the two biggest deficiencies, I think, of the Western world at the moment.
Very interesting, and look at the problems that people are having. I mean, you talked about depression. Depression is on the increase, and life doesn't get any less stressful. But I like the metaphor of the bath with depression. You've got the water coming into the bath through the taps, and it leaves through the plug hole. If there's more water coming in, i.e. more stressors, more sources of stress in your life than you're able to get rid of through the plug hole, then the water overfills the bath and you get stressed, and therefore anything that you can do to actually increase the water going out of the plug hole, or indeed decrease it coming in through the taps, is great. And this is where omega-3s is so powerful. And another one I think is evening primrose oil taken often in conjunction with omega-3 can be a very powerful way of helping the mood, and particularly for ladies after they've had a baby, this is often an issue. So if you're having some issues in that area, do look at your omega-3 and maybe take some evening primrose as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, it goes. It's the same message about folic acid as well. Even if you are thinking of trying to have children, is to start using these supplements straight away, and it's absolutely vital.
Yeah, and so many women do this when they're pregnant. They pay an awful lot of attention to their nutrition because they're nurturing a baby, and yet why wouldn't you do that for yourself? So I think it is fascinating to watch what people supplement with when they're pregnant, and how they're very, very careful not to drink much alcohol, and eat a balanced diet, and then sometimes afterwards it all rather disappears. But actually, your own worst enemy if you're not doing the right things for you as well as for your unborn child. So I think this is fascinating.